All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Nate Bear, lead technical tactician for Monument Traders Alliance and Trade of the Day. And in today's video update, just want to kind of touch base on the S&P 500. The Qs were coming into new highs for the Qs. Same thing for the S&P. And where do we kind of go from here? And then let's take a look at a fresh setup. All right. So looking at the SPY and the Qs, we've been sort of chopping around. We kind of came up after all the tariff stuff. We took a while. We chopped around. We were kind of breaking out, right? New highs. And I think the logical thing to happen at some point is just a back test, right? Maybe we just keep going, but I really think that either something will happen or just from a technical, sort of exhaustion perspective, we get this back test. Let me zoom in a little bit here. But I think it kind of makes sense to come back. I don't know that we necessarily have to close this gap, but a retest of 600 to me makes just all the sense in the world. We come back, we retest support. Something happens, whether it be something with the Fed or something political. It's probably something along those lines. I don't think it's something like NVIDIA drops 20% because of bad sales or something, like that. I think it's something that is not actually to do with stocks. It's something outside, something geopolitical, something like that. But a retest here. Now that doesn't mean I'm getting short. It just means that, we're up here at +1 ATR, which is this little blue line here on the SPY. And there's no fresh squeeze or anything powering this. So a pullback or some consolidation, some chop up here kind of makes sense to me before a continuation higher. Just kind of be aware of that. And on the Qs, same thing, right? We're up here at +1 ATR. And, from here, without a fresh squeeze, without we don't have a squeeze that just fired long and it's going to push us higher, we kind of are at a point for me where I have to start thinking about, at least over the short term, a week or two, do we get a little exhaustion? And maybe we don't. Maybe this just keeps going, but that's where I'm at. So this is not a point for me where I'm loading the boat on fresh swing trades. Day trading in the direction of the indexes on the given day makes all the sense in the world to me right now. I like to have sort of a mix anyway, but at the end of the day, you just got to keep taking good setups and going from there. Now, speaking of good setups, check this puppy out right here. Dollar General looks great. And, just everything we look for. So we've got an earnings winner. We've got this beautiful bull flag. And we've got, actually, there's a gap to fill overhead right around here, around 123, 124. Full disclosure, I've started to limp into this yesterday, just have a tiny position, but I'm looking to add more to that. And I think there's a couple of different ways you can play this, but what I'm going to suggest is actually just going out in time and not trying to be too terribly cute as far as the timing on this thing, and just simply going out into, let me pull over my option chain here, just simply going out into August, right through here. Go out to the August monthlies. These are 45 days out, and just picking up some of these 115 calls. And the trade plan would be to basically try to accumulate your position above 110, between 110, probably around, around 114, 113 or so, this point of control. So trying to pick it up around 113, stopping out on a close below 110. And then the target is going to be up here about 124. That's the gap close. All right. So you may say, oh, well, there's no squeeze here, Nate. What do you mean? You normally don't play a squeeze? Well, you're right. There's not on the daily, but check out the 195. Big, beautiful squeeze. Momentum shift. Everything is lined up. We've got our stacked EMA. So to me, this looks absolutely great. And this is one that I will be looking to pick up myself, going out again into August and just getting those 115 calls. So that's what I've got for this week. I hope it helps, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.